Hi, my name is Lauren Plant, and for my creative project, I am doing that based on the phenomenon called synesthesia. And synesthesia is a secondary visual sensory experience through everyday activities like listening to music, eating, and reading. Some examples are when somebody listens to music, they see certain colors or certain textures. It can also trigger certain emotions, which is super, super cool. Not everybody has synesthesia. It is definitely something that is most likely acquired through birth, but many people can also, if they have their mind to it, they can totally learn it, teach themselves how to visually see colors, project colors in front of them. Um, and so throughout my project, you'll see that each section is based on a certain color. So the film starts with the color red, and I correlate the music with red as something that is very low. The textures are very static. Then throughout the film, you'll see that I'll use different textures of certain instruments, like the marimba, which I associate with the color green. Also, I'll do black and white as well. So black is something where it's similar to red, but it has more of a static texture to it, very deep frequencies, and then white is correlated with, very bright frequencies, very high frequencies, and the texture is more smooth. And so, yeah, throughout the film, I tried to use visualizations of certain textures like a lime, the texture of the skin of the lime, and then also certain textures of like paintings, which was super cool to experiment with. Also, through my editing, I took certain textures and smoothed them out so that you have more of a feeling of what a smooth texture will sound like. So overall, yeah, my film is based on synesthesia, which is perceiving color through sound, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi guys, my name is Zander. For my creative project, I recorded and mixed a few different tracks from different groups I'm in. The one I'm going to be showing tonight is from my bluegrass group. We're called Moonlight Moonlight. It's a combination of 3 fiddle tunes. One's called Salt Creek, one's called Red Hair Boy, and one's called Elsic's Farewell. And we mash them up in a way I've never heard done before. We call it Farewell Salty Boy. So there's a few people I want to thank. I want to thank Isaac Weinmiller for playing bass. I want to thank Hans Swenson for playing fiddle on this track. I want to thank Jake Fleming for letting us use his studio space. And I want to thank Garrett Stevens for helping us navigate that space and record there. We couldn't have done it without Jake or Garrett, so that was really, really awesome, and big thanks to those guys. The Farewell Salty Boy is guitar, mandolin, fiddle, and a stand-up bass. So we recorded guitar, fiddle, and bass together in one room, or together in separate rooms, sorry, to a click track, which in my research project, I kind of question whether click tracks can take away from the spirit of a song. But for the experience that I had mixing, it really helped to have a click track because it helped when I overdubbed mandolin on top of our initial tracks, and then it helped just mixing and maybe combining some different tracks. So I can definitely see the benefits of using a click in bluegrass, even though it's maybe not the traditional way of recording it. Anyways, hope you enjoy Farewell Salty Boy, and keep your eyes out for Moonlight Moonlight's full-length album, which hopefully will release this summer. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Alex Pickel, and the piece you're about to hear had its first conception back in late December of 2020. Like many times before, I've found myself playing my guitar. However, this time, since it was the dead of winter, I was thinking about some warmer weather. In an effort to capture this idea of warmer weather in a chord progression, I started off with a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Then, I did something that I'd never tried before. I took the root of that minor 7 flat 5 chord and instead played a diminished chord. I quickly realized that the only difference between these two chords was that one note had moved downward. In continuing to explore this downward motion between these two chords, I ended up discovering new suspended and inverted chord shapes that I'd never seen before. That was when I knew that I had the beginnings of something special that deserved to be developed. With that said, I hope you enjoy Beach Samba.
Hey, my name is Ben Busalacchi. I'm a senior. I'm from Idaho. And for my creative project, I did an EP. The piece I'm performing today is called Genevieve. I came up with the name and the chorus because I mistook a record that's on my wall right there, a Donovan record. I thought that the name on track number 4 was it was Genevieve, but it was actually Guinevere, and I misread it. And then I thought, oh, that's a really nice name. Maybe I'll make up a little story about it. And so that's what I did. And that's kind of how I came up with the song. And for the process of my EP, since it's just singer-songwriter stuff, mostly acoustic guitar. I have an organ in my basement that I usually like to add as kind of like a great glue to that kind of style of music. I really like to hear the organ in there and stuff, so I added some organ into Genevieve specifically. And it's got a finger-picking pattern kind of on the top, following that. And it's very simple orchestration, that kind of thing. The hardest part was hitting this high falsetto note in the chorus. It probably took me 50 times to record. Speaking of that, recording, I did most of my recording in Studio A. I did some of it remote, like the organ. I couldn't bring the organ to school as much as I wanted to. But I recorded in Studio A. I went through, for some stuff, I went through the preamps that we have in there. So there's the Manly, the Meek, there's the board, there's some other stuff. I went through that stuff, used some rack compressors, things like that. And then I actually just mixed digitally in Pro Tools with digital plugins and such. And it turned out really nice. The microphones that I used were, I was really, really stoked on the Neumanns, the TLM 127s. Those were great mics. I used those for the guitar tracks and some of the vocals. And then for most of the other stuff, I use small diaphragm condenser microphones. For the organ, I use a small diaphragm condenser just straight up to the speaker. Came out really well. Yeah, so hope you like the piece.
Each night I pray on the windowsill that rain should come bring me comfort still, for I cannot do it on my own. Seen daisies lately and some like you. From the windows I've been looking through, out of every flower you're always in bloom. And why that is I've got to know. The more I think, the more it grows. That feeling follows me all the way home. Genevieve, you've been on my mind. Genevieve, you've been on my mind. Each night I pray under shooting stars, that when we come to face our faults, the love will guide our hands and stay our hearts. I've heard the wind, yeah, she stole your clothes, ones you'd hung, ones you'd owned. I'll miss those pretty colors you got on. With days gone by, I've marked them down as we dream on this side of town. Hold me in the valleys, here to stay. Genevieve, you've been on my mind. Genevieve, you've been on my mind.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Warmbier. For my Capstone project, I chose to write several pieces inspired by William Gibson's 1984 cyberpunk novel, Neuromancer. The story is set in a dystopian future where corporations have completely taken over. It follows Henry Case, a washed-up cyberspace hacker who is hired for one last job, to plug in to a simulated reality known as the Matrix, and discover the mysterious origins of a powerful artificial intelligence named Wintermute, whom was created by the most powerful corporation on Earth, Tessier Ashpool. Case's mission is to stop Wintermute from merging with his twin, Neuromancer, because if they merge, they will become powerful enough to control all of cyberspace. Now for my project, I have created a cinematic synthwave cyberpunk experience using a seaboard in Steinberg's Nuendo, with several virtual VST instruments combined with East-West orchestral sample libraries, and process samples that I had collected and recorded myself. And today I will be presenting 2 of 3 pieces that I've composed, and I'm currently working on the 4th. I hope that you enjoy.
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony Sorgani, and you're about to hear my new tune called Bottleneck. It started out just a simple idea. We were a few beers deep, about 1 in the morning. My buddy and I back home in the Chicago suburbs over winter break. We were just playing guitar, passing improvised singing lines to each other with the voice memos on his cell phone running. And we listened back and we thought, hey, there's a good line we can keep. And so we ran it back, did it again with that line as the start, and came up with some great ideas. So we wrote them down and repuzzled the different lines together to form a verse, a second verse, and then a chorus, and then another verse. And slowly added up, and we're like, wow, we got ourselves a tune here. So we played it back a few times, and I was like, oh, I think I might be able to record this for my EP I'm about to do next semester, which is this semester. So fast forward to this semester, I was looking for material and thought it would be great to do this tune. So I hit up my buddies from jazz band, Isaac and Zander, and we went up to Jake Fleming's studio. And we had previously tried recording some tunes isolated in booths one at a time to try and prevent bleed, and it just wasn't really working out right for that tune. So we went upstairs, put all the mics in one room, me on vocals, Zander on guitar, Isaac on upright bass, and ended up with a great foundational track that I was able to get my friend Griffin to overdub drums on, and then my friend from back home who helped me write the piece, Jack, was able to record guitar and send me some tracks to throw on to play some lead guitar. So it was a really cool experience to kind of get that full in-studio live band effect combined with that overdub experience that we're all so familiar with. So overall, I learned a lot from the process, a lot of things I wouldn't do, a lot of things I would do to start that I didn't do until the end. And the song itself is just about, dealing with the hard times and trying to find a relief. But in the end, you find it in the music that we all love to make. So I just want to say thanks a lot, especially to Jake for the studio time and for Garrett for helping us track, to Zander for guitar, Isaac for bass, and Griffin for drums. Your time couldn't mean more to me, and you're very much appreciated. I really hope you enjoy this tune. Put a lot of heart and soul into it, and hope you enjoy. Cheers.
Got some tension in my neck, that's a bottleneck. Keep on trying to forget bad things said. I need a release, fetch me my sedative. She keeps on raining down, honey, I can't swim. I think the problem is old tight stiff neck. Relying on good faith, the human nature, that's the place, third party shit. I'm trying to leave my shit, gotta get home quick. I've gotta get some neck in it before I go, honey. I need a release, fetch me my sedative. Have no faith in nothing but the love that you give. This book keeps on budging my ego around, like I lost my mind to something, then I find her in the sound. in my neck. Pass me that bottle right next to you. Got some tension in my back. Wanna get back with you. She keeps on reminding me all the bad things I do. I got that tension in my neck and a CC on my head. Yeah, there's a CC in a CZ Italy, and I'm finding peace within. Divided left, divided right, they're all wrong anyway. I'm all alone here up at night. I'm calling out your name. Fetch me that glass of gin. She keeps on raining down. Honey, I can't swim. My thoughts keep on spinning. My meaning around. I had no hope for nothing. Then I found her in the sun.
Hello, my name is Beeka. For my senior capstone, I have written an audiovisual work consisting of singing bowls and synthesizers. For singing bowls, they look like this. They come in many different sizes, small, medium, or large. The smaller ones are the main ones that I've used because they're more affordable. I thought that singing bowls would be an interesting composition because of the frequencies that they hold and the calming effects that they are known for. Typically, we think of singing bowls belonging to Tibetan culture, but that is false. They do not belong to that culture at all. We first see usage of this in the 1970s in American culture, in an album called Tibetan Bells. But other than that, there's no instances before the 70s that actually have the bowls in Tibetan culture. There's similar items such as the rin in Japan or something in China. They both have bowl-like structures, and they use a little wooden mallet to produce sound when you spin it around. Even though the bowls don't belong to any particular culture, I don't think that it takes away from the feeling that it gives you when you hear it and the effects it has on you, specifically for depression and anxiety. And through my piece, I want the audience to feel relaxed and to decompress and let the abstract visuals that they will see with the piece take them on a journey to feel more calm and be more in tune and in the moment.
Hey everyone, my name is Max Clark and I'm a senior graduating from Montana State University, majoring in music technology and business marketing. For my music capstone, I chose to come up with an EP of original music in the country music genre. For this EP, I wrote all the music myself, I played all the instruments, and I also mixed and mastered it myself. I love country music because each song tells its own unique story. And as a songwriter, it's a really cool opportunity to be a storyteller, but also relate an emotion or an experience to an audience while coming up with one of these stories. So this song you're about to hear is called Small Town Pretty. It's off of my upcoming EP, which will be released on all major platforms this summer. And I hope you all enjoy it.
Makeup on, we'll let her long hair down. She don't need no fancy dress to turn some heads downtown. There's a way in the way she talks, the way she moves, the way she walks. Yeah, she knows what she's got. It's that small town, kinda pretty, you can't find in the city. Something the other girls don't, with them blue eyes shining in the moonlight. And she makes me feel at home. The way she dances like nobody's watching when she's out on the floor. And every time we lock eyes I find it hits me, that small town kinda pretty. Proud. She don't need no radio on for her to sing out loud. What she wants is wild and free. Next to her's where I wanna be. And she got what I need. Yeah, that small town kinda pretty, you can't find in the city. Something the other girls don't, with them blue eyes shining in the moonlight. And she makes me feel at home. The way she dances like nobody is watching when she's out on the floor. And every time we lock eyes I find it hits me, that small town kinda pretty. That small town kinda pretty, you can't find in the city. Something the other girls don't, with them blue eyes shining in the moonlight. She makes me feel